Hi, I'm Boyd Bluestein from the Blues Cats Lounge, and you're listening to KPFT Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Next week, Mama ain't been doing too well. I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking pro JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The man with no visitors. No money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is July the 4th. Happy 4th of July, y'all. I'm sitting here with a little mini mic. Well, not a mini mic, but a little microphone holder.
It looks really good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep, I can see April's smiling face.
Yeah. We had cranes, and trust me, we were getting critiqued on the cranes, which David came up with the idea to drag this microphone stand out from there, and now everyone can see. Yay, David. Yay, David.
Well, they're not our cranes, so we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not our cranes, so we can't, dismantle and, haul off.
I'd like to at least move them.
Right.
They're where they're screwed in at. They're in everybody's way.
They are in everyone's way. However, when we get a camera operator, that person will be able to move around and get y'all in there. Now, happy 4th. I'm wearing my lei. I guess you would call it a lei. April's wearing one. Terry is wearing his bow tie. We have Dee Dee in the control room. She's all giddied up with her 4th of July attire, and so is Miss Linda. Now, who is left out of this equation? That would be David.
I got my cowboy hat on.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does have that on. However, there's no 4th of July at all on him. And Miss Linda made sure everyone else had stuff. Everyone else. Thank you,
I got a blue shirt on.
Yes, you do, David. Thank you.
Quit picking on me.
I'm gonna continue to pick on him. So anyway, like I said, happy 4th of July, everyone. And tonight, David, of course, has lined up a fantastic show. Mary Sue Molnar, the executive director at Texas Voices for Reason and Justice, is calling in. April Towery Huffman. Yes, she recently got married, and she is the author of Do You Want to Get Well? So she is actually in the studio, and we're going to be talking to her. She's also a part of Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. And we have one of our favorite attorneys here, Terry Peden. He's in the house. He's going to be up in just a little while. The women go first. Absolutely. And then we will have Abe Bonowitz he is the co-director and founder at Death Penalty Action. So he's going to be calling in later tonight. So first we have Mary Sue. Hey, Mary Sue.
Good evening. Hey, good 4th of July.
Happy 4th. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. We are still winding down from our grueling 89th legislative session, putting away all of our packets and one-pagers and, sending a few thank you notes and some other things. And this month we had our bill kill parties. So I went, so since we managed to kill all of the bad bills on our list, so I went to Austin and then Houston and Dallas, and then we had one here at my home in San Antonio. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a grueling session and everybody put in a lot of work. So it was kind of a good time for all the different members around Texas to get together and eat pizza and visit and meet each other face to face, and that's what we did.
That's a great idea. Eating pizza and getting together, but eating pizza too.
It was a lot of fun because a lot of times, we don't get to meet unless someone goes to our support group. We don't really get to meet them face to face. It's talking to them on the phone or through email or through text. So to get to see these people that I've been talking to, for 2 years and face to face, it was really a blessing. I really, really enjoyed every single group that I went to. But so now, it's time to clean up the paperwork and get back to business. And what we do here at Texas Voices is we advocate for people who have a sex offense. And most people will get out of prison someday or will be out here on probation or whatever the case may be, and we try to help them move forward in a healthy way so that they can live a productive life. And what we feel like is during the legislative session, they're constantly filing bills that put barriers in front of people on the registry. And so we're trying to kill those bills because if someone's homeless and jobless and helpless, they're more likely to resume a life of crime. And, we want people to have a place to live and to get a job and to, be able to live a crime-free, normal life. But it seems like the state of Texas is at odds with that. So we're always up there trying to fight bad bills. And, we basically ask them, do you want people to succeed or not? Because it seems like you don't. When, you continue to put residency restriction bills out there, people are already pushed out of entire cities because of ordinances, and then they're trying to create more residency restrictions. We're like, where do you expect people to live? So those were the majority of the bills we fought against this session, and there were a few more, but it went well. I mean, we're glad we made it through, and we're glad that it's over. That's for sure.
I've heard quite a few people say they're glad it's over. It was a lot of work from what everyone is saying, so we definitely appreciate what you're doing. Has there been any talk about wanting to propose these bills that you killed again next session?
I'm sure that they will. We're trying to reach out to the legislators that filed these particular bills, trying to reach out with them as soon as we can, and start a conversation and talk to them about why these bills are not good policy. And we've got some help with that. There's a couple of treatment providers out there who have written really good letters on our behalf saying that, these type of restrictions don't work. And if you want people to live a decent life and not get into trouble, then you need to give them the opportunity to do that. You definitely don't want to put barriers in front of anyone. So if we can reach out to these legislators and talk to them, a lot of them are really not interested in what works best. They're more interested in getting a bill in their name so that they can get reelected. That's really a lot of them. That's all they care about. So it's really tough to try and get them to understand what you're doing is not helping anyone. It's actually harming communities. So it's a real struggle, but we're hoping to do that. I don't know how well it will work, but we never know. What is that old saying? If you do nothing, you get nothing. So we at least have to try. But they did, we did have a lot of member support on the bad bills. They received hundreds of calls and emails in opposition to these bills. So that was a really good thing. I mean, there were probably 5 of those bills that the legislators never even took them to a committee hearing. I guess they felt like it's not worth fighting over, and these people are going to be there to oppose these bills. It's just not worth it. So that was good. That was, 5 bills that we didn't have to worry about in the long run. But it's tough. I mean, with 150 state reps and 31 senators, and then trying to find the people that live in that district. Oh man, it's really a job. But it's good. It's good work. It's a good job. Not a paying job, but it's. I always say I'm building my resume for heaven.
Absolutely. There's a few of us saying
building my resume for heaven. That's right. That's right. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just kind of winding down.
Now, I know the last couple of times you've been on, I've mentioned it, but just to clarify, because I had someone else ask me, the bill or policy, whatever it was, that sex offenders cannot be located a certain distance from a school bus stop, was that killed?
That was not a bill. That's actually not even in the law. That is a parole policy. Now, there's an interesting little story, and I'll just try to make it really quick. That is actually being litigated in court right now. And the funny thing is, the parole board says it's not them, it's the parole division. And the parole division says it's not them, it's the parole board. So they're each blaming it on each other. Why don't they just get rid of the damn restriction and let's get it over with? But, they're blaming it on each other. So I've spoken with both the parole division and the parole board, and that's what I get also. Oh, it's not us, it's them. Well, who the hell is it? I'm not really sure. I just don't see why the two can't get together and do something about this, because that's where we're getting the most home plan denials, is because a school bus stops somewhere within 500 feet of the house. And, those bus stops change every year. And sometimes they change throughout the year. So, and they also include the door-to-door, house-to-house drop-off and pickups, where they might go and pick up 2 kids on a certain street or drop them off at their home. So if we're going to count all of those places, then there's really nowhere left to live.
No, there isn't.
It's just crazy. I mean, it's just the craziest thing. And, they're already limited on housing. And then to stick that in there, no, a school bus stops there. Oh, my God, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, you might be able to parole home to a house, and your neighbor might have 5 kids. That's okay, right? But if a school bus stops down the street to pick up 2 kids, you can't live there.
Wait a minute.
None of it makes any sense.
Wait a minute. If your neighbor has 5 kids, you could possibly parole there.
You could still parole there, as long as a school bus doesn't stop within 500 feet.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
No, it makes no sense. If you don't live in a child safety zone, within 500 feet of a child safety zone, and there's not a school bus that stops, anywhere in the vicinity, they'll approve your house, even if the neighbor next door has 5 kids. Because, realistically, there's nowhere in the world that you can go and get completely away from kids. They're everywhere. They're at Walmart, they're at the grocery store, they're in your neighborhood. So the whole concept, all it does is create barriers to housing. It doesn't keep anyone safe.
No.
I mean, if somebody's going to go and commit a crime, they're going to commit a crime, regardless of whether there's a school bus there or not. So, I mean, it's just, oh gosh.
Well,
But
and
anyway,
I think the important thing is that they switched the bus stops. So, like the what you had told us about, a little while ago about the sex offender housing unit in Houston, and then they put it had been there for how many years?
Oh, years. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, all of you guys have to move. There's now a bus stop within 500 feet. And it's like, are you serious? I mean, these guys are doing well. They're working, they're paying their bills, they're going to treatment, they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing. And you're saying, y'all all have to leave. And they gave them like 2 weeks or something to leave. So, where do you go? I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, and those are the kind of things that we're fighting against. We're like, what are y'all doing? So I don't know. It's just a never ending. I always say it's like climbing a mountain without any shoes on. But we do read mail. We haven't been really good at answering mail lately. We've just been so busy, but we do read all the letters we get. We don't work on cases of falsely accused. We work more on the big picture. But if you want to send us a letter, you can send it to Texas Voices, P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223. And that's P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223. And as far as housing, we get a lot of letters for housing. We basically have the same list that TDCJ has. So, I mean, we don't have anything new or, we don't have additional housing. There's not a lot out there. And whatever, privately run halfway homes are out there, TDCJ has that list. And we've got that same list that they do.
Well,
so, we don't have the magic wand, but we try.
You are trying, and you are succeeding in a lot of areas. Well, we appreciate you being on, Mary Sue, and we look forward to some good information next time you're on.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. Love you guys.
I love you too. Have a great weekend, and happy 4th.
Thanks. You do the same. We'll see y'all soon.
Okay, bye-bye. And now we have Miss April, and I forgot to mention that you are also a reporter at the Houston Press.
Yes, and formerly incarcerated.
Yes.
So we can get jobs. We can do hard things out here in the wild. So I am grateful. I've just been at the press for about 4 months. So I recently moved to Houston, got married, started a new job, and it's going great. So
That's all. And you wrote a book.
I wrote a book. It's called Do You Want to Get Well? And it is about my journey, if you will, with alcoholism, and just finding there's such a sort of stigma around like sort of jailhouse conversions or I grew up in a Christian home. I had faith, but then I had this 20-year cycle of just debilitating alcoholism. And I sort of reconnected with that faith while I was in prison. So in 2019, I caused a drunk driving accident, a fatality. And, you know, I was 41 years old. I was an old person, and I'd had a DWI a couple years prior, but I hadn't had a lot of trouble with the law. I didn't come from a family that, you know, I was first one to go to prison, Mom, you know. But I was fortunate to have a rather short sentence. I got 5 years for intoxication manslaughter and intoxication assault. And I was fortunate that my parents were living and that they were supportive of me. I was able to parole out to them when I did make parole. Lots of things sort of worked in my favor. And while I was incarcerated, I kept hearing that I was in the faith-based dorm. And I kept hearing references to John chapter 5, where there's a man at the pool of Bethesda, and he's sick, he's lame, he can't walk, and Jesus, instead of just touching him and healing him, he says, "Do you want to get well?" And so I went back to my little bunk, and I started writing all my friends in the recovery program, and I was like, "What does this mean?" You know. And to me, it just means, are you gonna do some work? Are you gonna turn your will and your life over to the care of a higher power? And what does that surrender look like for you? And it's different for everyone, but I feel like because I did sort of have some blessings at every turn, that I want to be able to use that to help others and encourage them. You know, we were just talking before about you just need someone who believes in you. And I've been fortunate to connect with Lioness, which is mostly formerly incarcerated women, but also we have some mamas and some wives and loved ones. We're system impacted people, and that covers a wide range of people. And those girls really gave me empowered me, I would say, to tell my story. And, you know, I felt like I didn't do real hard time. I didn't do that much time. I was at a private prison that had air conditioning. You know, I don't know if my story matters. And they gave me some grace and let me tell it. I'm sorry, I'm talking so much.
No, please talk, because I was going to say your story does matter very much, because there's people in your situation in there, so encouraging words always matter.
Yeah, I think that when I caused this fatal accident in 2019. I turned, you know, I was in the hospital a few days. I turned myself into jail, bonded out, and I had about a year to get sober and to join a recovery group and have that support and sort of research what prison was like, you know. And there wasn't much literature. There's Orange is the New Black, of course, you know, and
of course.
And then there's the real scary stuff. Like there's a book called Texas Tough that they won't even let you have in the prisons, but because it's so scary, you know, and it talks about the violence and the, you know, slavery basically that was common in Texas prisons many years ago. Some say it's still happening today.
Yeah, but, I think it is. Yeah.
So I didn't have a good guidebook. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anyone who had been to prison. And so I did want to, and as a writer, I'd been a journalist prior to going to prison. I wanted to just journal those experiences, you know, sort of not knowing if that would become a book or not, but
is that what this is?
It is. It is the story of, yeah, sort of what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. So
have you heard comparisons? Like, I know you're part of Lioness. So have you heard comparisons about the private prisons and the TDC prisons? Sure.
And I was you don't go straight to a private prison. You're held in a state. I was at Plain State. Some go to Woodman. So I was in Plain State for 40 days, and that's pretty hardcore. And it was during COVID, so you're not having, volunteers aren't coming in bringing church services or recovery meetings, or you're not having visitation. You don't have the phone set up right away. You don't have money on your books right away. It was hot at that time. I didn't have a hair tie, and so everything's just, I was overweight. And so I somebody told me you could make a scrunchie with a sock, and I tried to tie my hair up with this. Well, that's contraband, that's not its intended use. So, and I was so scared. And so the girls called me 60 days in because I just asked so many questions, and I was so, and they were like, what are you doing with all this information, and, I just didn't want to get in trouble, and I didn't want to get a case, with my sock in my hair. So,
Did you?
I got I don't know what it's called, but like not a
Verbal
binding.
warning?
A what?
Verbal warning?
A verbal warning for having my mask down, for drinking coffee with my mask down in the day room. I don't really know how you're supposed to drink coffee with your mask up, but...
Go to your cell. Don't do it in the day room.
Okay, well... but I
They're
wrote an
nitpicking, that's
appeal.
all.
I went to plead my case, and you'll love this, Terry. I was prepared, and they told me I could appeal it, and so I put out bullet points and wrote a whole writ, to present to a sergeant or something in a closet. Yes. Wearing my finest whites, and
Did it work?
Well, it stayed a warning. I made parole eventually. So, and that's they sort of use these scare tactics of you could lose your answer, you could lose your parole if you get a major case is sort of the big thing. But I didn't really know what was major and what was minor, and
they change it a lot too.
You just want to go home so badly. And so for those of you listening, who are incarcerated, I don't know that I definitely had some days where I didn't have a lot of hope, and but even if I had done every day of that 5 years, I was able to see a light, and I ended up doing 1.5 years, and I realized that many people are not so fortunate, but know that your story matters, and that you are loved, and you matter, and people out here do believe in you. And what I did, I don't proclaim innocence. I didn't wake up in the morning and plan to harm, a whole family. I mean, and Mary Sue, who was just talking about sex offenders, it's they're sick, and I was sick, and I wanted to get well. And my friend Marcy from Lioness says, we rehabilitated in spite of prison. Prison is not rehabilitative, but if you choose to do some work and to be a light to others. I mean, I think that's part of what helped me get well is being of service to other young women who were addicts or alcoholics or struggling in some way,
Which most of incarcerated people are struggling before they went in and while they're in. Now, how long did it take you, or what is the secret to get, now I realize it's not private prison anymore, but what was the secret to get moved from?
I think it's pretty random. Lockhart is and it's changed since I've been gone. I got home in January of 22, but it's a pre-release facility, so you go home from there. And I think actually now they ship you back to Crane and you go home from Gatesville, but you're not there. If you had a 20-year sentence, you would not spend those 20 years at Lockhart. You might spend 18 at a rock and roll unit, if you will. I think that's what the men call it. I didn't really hear that in women's prisons, but
explain rock and roll.
Oh, hardcore fights, violence,
Okay.
Riot, shanks.
girlfriends cutting each other. I saw, many scars from people, and Hobby was known to be a rough unit.
Oh.
If a woman came to Lockhart from Hobby, it was like, oh. let her do her thing, stay out of the way. And a lot of the people who came from the hardcore units did not want to be at Cupcake Camp.
Cupcake Camp.
Correct.
Which is
Lockhart.
Okay. Cupcake Camp.
So
Y'all had families and you called each other like your daughter, your sister, your mom, or something like that?
I had some women call me mom, mama, ma, and I was like, don't do that. I ain't your mama. I don't have children, and so I didn't want to take on that responsibility. I didn't, but my Lioness friends certainly did, have families. I did make, some of the best friends of my life, people who I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to, clean, really, and people would be like, what, did you have a maid? And I was like, no, I just didn't really mop a whole lot of floors.
So you had to learn how to brush your teeth and not spit it in the sink.
Yeah, I had to learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We kept our floors so shiny, especially on Cofield, because it's called the glass house. And the sun would shine in so much that you'd wet your floor and you'd lay in your floor in the water. You'd waller around in your boxers. Everything would be wet.
To get cool.
It's the only way to survive.
Yeah.
But you had AC in the private.
We had AC. It was actually cold more often than it was hot, we didn't go outside much. It's like a big school. Everything, your commissary, your medical unit, everything's chaplain's office, everything's indoors. So when you're walking to chow, you're still indoors.
So if somebody wanted to get in touch with you via snail mail, how can they do that?
I don't have a P.O. box.
Well, they can definitely write you at the prison show, and we can
love that.
And we can get it scanned, and that is 22.
What about the Houston Press? Can they write you there?
They could.
It seems like Bill Sims tried to write you a letter there, and it came back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the address that is on the Google webpage.
Huh.
It didn't get to you.
Okay. It's on McGowan. I don't know.
Okay.
But try writing me through the prison show, and I'll add you to my Securus. I correspond with quite a few people, and I'm going to Polunsky tomorrow for a visit. So.
Oh, I am too.
Are you? What time?
2
noon?
Sessions.
Oh,
you're going
from
to
noon to 2.
General population.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so this person can have some AC for 2 hours.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah. I'll get him a snack, but.
All right. So if you want to write to her, Miss April, 226 Chipmunk Trail, and that is in Shepherd, America, 77371. Thank you, Miss April.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now it's Mr. Terry. Can y'all switch? And just one more time, let me throw her book up so y'all can see it. All right. Now we have Mr. Terry. Awesome Terry, one of the best attorneys in Texas. I'm going to say it again. One of the best attorneys in Texas.
And I got a bow tie on, so I must really be something.
See, he's got a bow tie on.
If y'all don't believe he's a good attorney, ask all the second lookers.
And I'm a second looker. I'm going to start off with the second looker before I forget.
Whoop, whoop. Second looker.
Okay. So.
Talking to the mic. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, guys, look. I'm going to talk straight to y'all this evening. We ain't going to do no bull jiving.
Bull jiving.
And I got a message for y'all. So, my question this evening is your spirit keeping you locked in? Is your spirit, is your soul, is the energy that you're carrying the reason why you haven't made parole yet? That might not be the case for everybody, but it might be the case. I know it's the case for a lot of people. So, sometimes the energy that we carry can trap us into a situation. For example, whether that be constantly trying to run game on people, or be slick, constantly trying to blame others, constantly trying to buck the system or manipulate the system, our loved ones, our family and friends, in a situation that really we should be submissive to with a spirit of humbleness to then get the desired result from the correct place and not from our own attempts just to have our own way. Unfortunately, I know a lot of guys and gals as well who are in prison for carrying that same energy, right? I'm going to do what I want, how I want, and make the world bend to me, which I believe that we all have a great amount of power that was bestowed upon us. But at the same time, sometimes that can be put in overdrive and become a negative thing. So again, the question is your spirit the reason why you're still locked in? I want to, if I point the finger at you, I got one finger at you and four coming back at myself. So to make it relatable, when I look at my athletic career from high school even to college, right, the energy that I carried really held me back. And ultimately, it ended up ending my career and, leading to me blowing out my knee, blowing out my ankle, and that being, the sunset on my athletic career. I was immature. I was impatient. I was selfish, quick-tempered, real arrogant, had a slick mouth, fought everybody moving, right? And when I carried that energy, it manifested a lot of negativity for me. I was still able to have a certain level of success, but I was never able to reach my fullest potential because I didn't embody the right qualities and characteristics. I wasn't being my fullest self, and ultimately it caught up to me. So I want to share a story from one of my former clients. He's not a client anymore, and I won't say his name. We'll call him Charlie. Nah, I'm just playing. We ain't gonna call him Charlie. I got a better name than that. If you're watching,
LOL.
Let's call him Kenneth. Okay, so I had this one client. Again, this is a made-up name, but I had one client. His name was Kenneth, and he got caught up with some K2, right? And he claimed that when they caught me with the K2 and they did a urine test, that it was bogus and everybody was lying, and mama, it wasn't me, it was them, and the system out to get me, and I don't smoke K2, and da 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 da. Right. And I think that this is a microcosm. In this case, we're talking about K2, but it could be for a matter of inmates lying to family members, whether that be getting involved with gambling or getting involved with this, that, or the third, and becoming a victim of extortion, right? Or catching a disciplinary case, being taken out of parole review, getting put in G5. I've been around parole since I was, 12 years old. My mom started doing this work. I've been doing it myself for 5 years now, so I've seen a lot, and I'm sure I'll continue to see more. But in this case, it was a matter of Kenneth getting caught up with the K2. So again, y'all know what K2 is. Make you roll around in the day room in your own saliva and, just really be your lowest self. I don't know how much lower version
like
of you.
an idiot.
Right. So anyway, when he caught this case, I was already paid me. His family paid me. He didn't pay me. His family paid me to represent him for parole. And he was begging me like, hey, Terry, take over my case, man. Get in here. Look at this disciplinary matter. And I told him, no, your family didn't hire me to handle disciplinary cases. They hired me to represent you before the parole board. That's outside of my scope. I'm not doing it. Your job is to stay out of trouble. It's my job to do everything I can to get you home and show that you're worthy of that chance and that privilege. You don't have a right. So, I let him know, no, I wasn't going to do that. He was raising all type of riffraff and creating enemies for himself. His family members were coming to visits. They were almost getting locked up. He was just doing a lot, right? He was doing the absolute most in the most negative way, and it wasn't working for him. So the whole time, this guy didn't know that there was a chain of people that led me to him. I had one client who referred another client who referred him. So they all had eyes on him in the same unit. And the first client that initially hired me and then rolled on to him let me know like, nah, bro, he's running game. He's down here rolling around in the day room. He's doing the full junkie K2 thing, right? And, again, it's the energy that you're embodying and you're carrying that is preventing you from moving forward because your intentions and your actions aren't pure. It's not genuine. It's not honest. And that conveys whatever kind of spirituality system you have, or if you don't have one, it's just a matter of what you put out is what you're getting back. And ultimately, it didn't work for him. So the moral of the story is to all the loved ones and family members out there, you can't believe everything you hear. And my message to my comrades dressed in all white in the state of Texas and those across the country who are incarcerated and listening to this program is respect your family more, right? Respect your loved ones more who are putting their hard money and energy and effort into doing everything they can to get you another chance. Quit all that running game because it ain't working. And that's what got you in there in the first place. So that's my story about old Kenneth. But to wrap up and kind of land my plane, how much longer I got? Dave, what was that thing we were saying a couple weeks ago? What was our little oh man, come on, y'all.
I got in trouble for that.
You did? All right,
yeah.
we ain't gonna do it no more. We're gonna get put in G5.
They said that because, yeah. Now because FCC violations and all that other stuff.
Okay, all right.
They said that was a straight up
all right.
Commercial.
I ain't gonna do it.
You even asked me,
all right.
is it okay if I say that? And we were laughing and joking, so I didn't think there was anything wrong with it.
Okay, well, all
But
right.
yeah, there was.
Like
we're
I told
we're
y'all,
a
man,
non-profit.
by the grace of God, my grandmother used to tell me all the time, "Look, Terry, you gonna be in prison. You gonna be right down there with your Uncle Larry. You ain't gonna be satisfied till they lock you up. And when they get you down there, don't call me." So I ain't gonna push it today. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to land my plane. But in closing, I ask that we do an inventory of our heart, our spirit, our actions, our motivations, and our desired outcomes to see whether or not we're in alignment with that. From all of these other factors to what we want out of life, whether that be making parole, whether if you're already out on parole and you want to become successful in whatever avenue, we have to have alignment. So parole is a discretionary decision in the state of Texas, meaning that there's a human being of flesh and blood, of a left and a right hemisphere of their brain making this decision. And you can never underestimate the supernatural element of it all. Right? Of like, I'm living right, I'm doing right, and because of that, that has pierced that veil to get my freedom back. And I know that that's not the case for everybody. So I don't say this to discourage people who have been living right for a long time, haven't caught a case in 5, 10, 15, 25 years. I had a capital case that I represented a gentleman on today, hadn't caught a case in 25 years. He's been in prison for 45 years. He caught his case in 1980. I was born in 1990. So trust me, I don't say this to disparage any of you guys, but I'm saying for a lot of you individuals who have been parole eligible and it's just not working, man, do an inventory and let's clean it up and get it right. In any event, I believe in you. If you're serious and you're for real and you're not going to waste your people's money, have them contact me. My name is Terry Peden. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Texas as well as in Alabama. I practice parole law. It's a second generation thing for me, carrying on my mother's legacy and work that I genuinely love to do, as well as civil rights, criminal defense, and personal injury. So if you want to get free, call THP. My phone number is 334-544-9471. Again, 334-544-9471. And my snail mail address is P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. And shout out to the Second Looker. Shout out to the Prison Show. Always immensely appreciative of the opportunity to come and speak and just be a part of all the great work that y'all do. Much love and happy 4th of July. Peace.
Wow. Yeah. And he dropped the mic.
I still got a bow tie on, man. Man. I'm bad, man.
Let's see if Abe can follow that.
There's no way.
Is Abe even on there yet?
Yeah, Abe's not even on there. So, have you seen this year that there are more paroles being granted?
I can't necessarily say that I've seen more or less. I feel like I have really great clients. I'm fortunate for that. So I don't know. I don't want to just speculate. I hope so. I hope there is. I hope we're on a upward trend for a parole grant rate. Absolutely.
I do too.
Yes, ma'am.
I do too. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Peden.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Now we have. Okay. We have Abe on the line. Let's throw him on the. Hey, Abe.
Well, good evening. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Great. It's Independence Day, whatever that means to you. And I know it means, I'm not free to a lot of people. And I want to just acknowledge that with the with that recognition. But greetings, everybody. I hope you're able to stay cool and keep thinking those thoughts of freedom here, because it's an interesting time that we're living in. It's a Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. So I guess you could say we're all cursed in a way. But I do want to start with some good news, a couple bits of good news, sort of. The first bit is really good news, and that is that the first state, Delaware, just this past Monday, right before they ended their legislative session for the year, passed legislation HB 35 that is the first step towards instituting a constitutional prohibition of the death penalty in the state constitution. They have to pass that bill again in the next session, so after the next election, then they'll do it again. And if they do, then that makes Delaware the second state to constitutionally prohibit the death penalty. I'll remind you that in 2016, the state Supreme Court threw out that state's death penalty, and then last year we passed a bill to scrub all the language allowing for the death penalty out of the state statutes, and now we're working to seal the deal. So it's kind of exciting. I've been working in Delaware since about 2010, and 10 years ago, we had wall-to-wall police from all the different law enforcement agencies just standing there with their arms folded, glaring at the legislators because they didn't want that bill passed. And this year they were nowhere to be seen. No opposition. It was amazing. So that's some good news to start with. Also, we just completed our 32nd annual fast and vigil to abolish the death penalty at the U.S. Supreme Court. So I want to appreciate everybody that was fasting with us. Delia Perez Meyer used to organize, and her brother used to organize people to fast with us on various death rows. I don't know if anybody's still doing that in Texas, but there were actually, it was quite one of the largest groups of participants, including folks from Texas, from Austin, and from Dallas, and from other parts of the state. Dallas again and Fort Worth were up there with us on the sidewalk in front of the U.S. Supreme Court, protesting and calling for an end to execution. So we're doing that on all of our behalf. And of course also published in, through Religion News Service, our board chair, Reverend Sharon Risher, published an op-ed that was put out on the 30th, on July 1st, which called attention to the anniversaries that we were marking at the annual fast and vigil to abolish the death penalty, which was started in 1993. This was the 32nd one. And it calls attention to the date in 1972. The Furman decision was handed down by the U.S. Supreme Court, which basically threw out all the death penalty laws in the country, forcing any state that wanted to have a death penalty to write new death penalty laws. And then July 2nd is the anniversary of the Gregg decision. Next year will be the 50th anniversary of the Gregg decision, which allowed the resumption of executions. And now this is going to be another historic year. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But in Reverend Risher's op-ed, she talked about those anniversaries. She talked about the 10th anniversary of the murder of her mother and two cousins among 9 people that were killed by Dylan Roof at the massacre, the race. He's trying to start a race war of this Dylan Roof guy, shooting up the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Many of you probably remember when that happened. So this was the 10th anniversary of that, and she was calling attention to that, and also noting several things. Number one, how her case is an anomaly because as all of those victims in that case were black people, and here was a white shooter who ended up on death row, and that's not what usually happens. 80% of all the executions, almost 80% of the 1,632 executions that have happened in the United States since 1977 were for the murder of white people. Even though people of color are the victims of murder more than half the time, in some states much more than half the time. I live in Ohio. Victims of violent crime and murder are people of color 66% of the time. So you have this disparity. And that is what's coming true also this year. And that was another thing that she was calling attention to in her op-ed, is the fact that we've had now 25 executions in the United States this calendar year. And that's as many, you have to go back to 2015 before you get to a year with more executions. There were 28 executions in 2015. But with 25 executions, all but one of them were for in revenge for the murders of exclusively white victims. Only one of those 25 executions this year was in revenge for the murder of a black person. And that's notable, and it's going to just continue to get worse. So now, here we are. Oh, one last thing, of course, that Reverend Risher raised in her op-ed is that, and there's a link to this. I'll put one on the chat here on the Facebook group when we're done. The other thing she just called out was the fact that as a victim family member, when there's a death penalty in your case, then what they're really saying to you is wait until we kill the guy, then you can feel better, but you got to wait, sometimes decades, for that execution, which may never ever come. And then you've had your healing process put on hold all those years. And this is the thing. You know, there's a lot of earlier this week, the guy that killed a bunch of students in Idaho was given the opportunity to take a plea deal. And the families of those victims are upset, but really it's a blessing in disguise because they can now not have to hang their hat every day on whether or not that guy's going to be killed. We know he's going to die in prison. It's going to be, death by incarceration, and that is just the reality of it. And now they can, begin a healing process. We'll never get our loved ones back after an execution. That doesn't bring people back, and there's always going to be that empty chair on the table. So can we find ways to move on in the aftermath of murder that actually help people, or at least don't sell people this lie that an execution is going to help them? So those are kind of some of the things around issues that we're raising. Now, let me talk about these executions. There's right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 executions that are set to take place, and there's at least 2 more waiting. Let me talk about these for a moment. There's only 2 executions in July. Both of them are in Florida. They just set another date the other day, but Michael Bell is scheduled to go on July 15th. He's never had a full federal review in his case. Surprise, surprise. July 31st, Edward Zarkowski is scheduled to be executed. He was convicted and sentenced to death by a simple majority, 7-5 jury. And even under current Florida law, that death sentence is disallowed, because in Florida you have to have at least 8 jurors voting for death, and yet that's the next person of the governor. DeSantis is scheduled for execution. August 5th, Byron Black. This is going to be another thing we'll be hearing a lot about in Tennessee, because Byron Black, and not only is he intellectually disabled, which they don't really care about, but here's the real question. He's got a cardioverter defibrillator implanted in his body, which is intended kind of like a pacemaker sort of thing. It's implanted. It's intended to shock his heart back into rhythm if he's having a heart attack sort of thing. And now the question is, when they lethally inject him, and the drugs are making him die, and his brain is sending signals to this machine that, wait a minute, his heart is stopping, is it going to keep shocking him to try to get him going? So it's going to be a big question, because the only people qualified to deal with discontinuing that or disabling it are physicians, and they're supposed to not participate in execution. So it's going to be a big question what's happening. There is a hearing in Nashville on the 14th. I think it's in Nashville. We'll have it up on our webpage. On the 14th, there's a hearing about this in Tennessee. Anybody that's in range of that should go and try to be present for that. Let's see. Then we have August 21st, another Alabama execution. It'll be the 7th gas suffocation execution. Again, a man who is mentally ill, and again, a question of the jury recommended life without the possibility of parole, better understood as death by incarceration, but the judge overruled that and sentenced him to death. And that's what's happening with David Roberts on August 21st. Then we're going to get into September 25th. This time we have 2 executions at exactly the same time. Blaine Mignon in Texas, who has, of course, an intellectual disability, and then Jeffrey West in Alabama just got a date. I still don't have the details in his case, but those executions are scheduled to take place simultaneously on September 25th in Texas and Alabama. Then we get into October with Lance Shockley in Missouri. And Missouri has a new date after a number of months without one. It'd be interesting to see how this picks up because there's brand new leadership in the state group, Missourians Against the Death Penalty. So we're looking forward to working with them to help raise awareness around this and shining a spotlight on it. And then the last execution currently on the schedule is Harold Nichols in Tennessee. However, new dates have been requested in Indiana and in Utah. And on July 9th, there's a hearing in Utah to set a date for Ralph Menzies, which means and that's another person with severe mental illness who somehow the courts just had a hearing. His execution was put off. They had a hearing to determine whether he was severely mentally ill enough to not understand what's going to happen to him when they kill him, and they decided that he understands what's happening to him, and they're going to set a date to execute him, and that'll be 30 to 60 days from July 9th, so probably sometime in August, maybe into September. But the bottom line is, if all these executions go forward, and we can expect other dates to be set as well, we're going to end up having more executions in 2025 than we have had in this country since 2014, possibly earlier than that even. So it's an awful situation that we're in, and, we all just have to keep fighting, keep raising awareness, keep shining a spotlight on this, and that's why I want to invite everybody to go to deathpenaltyaction.org, sign the petitions that we have set up so far. We'll keep that. We've got a couple that have to still be added because of these new dates, unless my colleagues have gotten to it already before. I haven't looked at our webpage even today, simply because I'm still getting back from Washington, D.C., and, of course, it's July 4th and all the things happening around here, around that. So with that, that is my report. I want to, again, invite people to please go to deathpenaltyaction.org, sign the petitions. If you can throw us a few dollars, please do, because money's getting tight, and we all need to keep this work going. And I know everybody's looking to raise money, so just wanted to make sure you also continue to sponsor the prison show and the state organization against the death penalty wherever you live. In Houston, it's the Death Penalty Abolition movement, and there's other groups as well, including the Texas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. Again, support the prison show. And you can reach us at P.O. Box 89, Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, New York 12075. I do want to note that I know that a few of you have written to our P.O. Box and haven't heard from me yet. My colleague who gets the mail from the P.O. Box told me that there's some letters on the way, so I'm going to be looking for those. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But again, grateful for this opportunity and for all that everybody's doing. And are there any questions?
No, you pretty much summed that up.
Okay, well, I'll just end with the last stanza, the last two stanzas of This Land Is Your Land from Woody Guthrie. They never sing this part, but when the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waiting and the dust clouds rolling, and a voice came chanting as the fog was lifting, this land was made for you and me. And this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land is made for you and me, and we got to keep fighting for it because people are trying to steal it from us. Take care.
Thank you, Abe. All right.
All right, what?
I thought you were going to go to...
Oh, you got about 30 seconds. You got anything burning desire? I'm trying to make sure everybody sees my sweetie Dee. She needs to lean toward you just a little bit.
Here's David's sweetie Dee. Lean on in.
She's trying to hide behind the microphone. She said she wasn't going to talk, so she moved that microphone out of the way.
There.
Yeah.
I moved it.
There you go. That's my sweetie Dee, yo. She's got bling. She's wearing her 4th of July bling tonight.
This was supposed to be David's.
Yeah. See, it looks much better on Dee.
No, I was talking about the empty one. Right here.
I'm not watching the camera. I should be watching the camera so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you should be.
I'm just trying to show off my sweetie Dee.
And you showed her off. She's looking spiffy with her.
I thought that was Terry's bow tie.
Oh, he left it. He said that you're supposed to be wearing it.
Oh, yeah. I put on my cowboy hat like I usually do.
Yeah.
He did look cute with it.
Oh,
What'd she say? She's not talking into the mic. You got to talk into the mic, Dee.
No, that wasn't Mike. That wasn't a Mike statement.
Yeah, she talking about me?
She was.
Yeah. See, that's my sweetie Dee. That's how she does it.
And she did it. She did it.
All right, let's pay the bills.
Okay.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Okay, now we're going to get I wanted to mention, I'm sure everyone has heard about the Texas floods in Guadalupe River, the Guadalupe River.
Yeah, around Kerrville.
Texas Hill County. The death toll has risen now to 25, and 5 of those people are from Houston. So 25 now confirmed dead. And that happened this morning, right, David?
I think it's still happening, isn't it?
It's still happening.
Dee was showing me videos where the whole houses are just floating down the river, and the cars and the boat trailers and everything. It's like it's all just falling in the river.
Didn't the dam break, or?
I'm not sure. I know that there were.
I think that's what Linda said. That
Linda saying the dam broke, but we were reading an article where there was a Christian camp, and all these 100 people, a bunch of them got out, but there's like 20 girls that are missing.
Well, they've confirmed 25 are dead now.
But how many are missing?
They said, they haven't said how many are missing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just really serious. I mean,
wait a minute. They said 23 to 25 children attending a summer camp are still missing.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. And we were watching some of the video, and it's like a big wall of water just came and washed everybody away. It's just, and now the river's rampant.
It came real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came real fast.
Flash flood.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Katrina when the levee broke.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all pray or send good vibes or whatever, but let's keep them in our thoughts.
Absolutely. So let's get to Captain Tom. Let's get to Captain Tom online. Hey, Captain Tom.
How you doing, Dani?
I'm
give you all an update on Guadalupe. There's 25 confirmed deaths. 27 people are missing.
Okay. We knew about the 25, but people that are dead, it says 23 to 25 children are missing.
They have counted 27. So,
okay.
Like David said, we'll keep them our thoughts and prayers for all the people that live in that area. Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's 249 years of independence and freedom. And down with the British. Anyway, shout outs out there to all my incarcerated veterans and homeless veterans. And there's a lot of fireworks going on out here at Baytown. I don't know if y'all hear any fireworks over there at the radio station.
We do not. I don't hear any over here.
Well, you're lucky. Y'all are lucky out there. How you doing, David?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, brother. Everything okay over there?
Yeah, I can't hear fireworks because I got headphones on, but Linda says she can hear them outside.
Yeah, when I went and let Terry out, there was a lot of fireworks. You could see them in the sky. Really nice.
Dee Dee's there, huh?
Yeah, Sweetie Dee Dee.
Your sweetie's there. Hello, Dee Dee. How you doing?
Yeah, talking to Mike, Dee Dee.
Talking this one right there.
What do you want me to say?
Say hi, Captain Tom.
Oh, hi, Captain Tom. How are you?
Hi, Dee Dee. How are you?
Oh, he said, how are you?
I'm good. I got my new ears.
But she don't
I
have
just
a
don't
headset
have a
on.
headphone on right now.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, Dee Dee.
She's out there looking pretty.
And Dani, how are you?
I am doing good. Doing good. I'm glad you're doing good, Captain Tom.
I'm doing a lot better. July 8th, I'm going to the VA hospital to see if I can get my leg back.
Oh, good.
Yeah, prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to sew it back on.
I was supposed to do it 2 weeks ago, but they changed the appointment date. So my primary care physician was out of town, so I had to wait till he gets back. So anyway, all right, happy 4th of July to everybody. Y'all stay safe out there. I'm Captain Tom. And don't forget, you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. You also can become a sustainer. And don't forget to donate to the Prison Show. I'm Captain Tom. See y'all next week right here at KPFT. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Captain Tom. All right, now let's get to Anne.
Hello, handsome. Thanks to the wonderful world of technology, and not to forget, thanks to the prison show, another message from overseas. I hope I don't interrupt an exciting moment in the middle of one of your games, and I hope I don't bargain while you're listening to one of your favorite songs. I have to admit, your enthusiasm when you talk about this is infectious. I know you like heavy rock, the male music as you like to call it, but I'm going to settle you with one of my emotional female songs as you teasily call it, so sorry. And no, don't panic, I'm not going to sing. Have I told you there's no one above you? Then fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun in all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, and somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one. My precious one, I want to ask you one favor. Please take care of your health. I know you like to compete with yourself, but those the physical challenges you impose on yourself, go for a healthy balance. Know that I love you each day a bit more, and know that I'm counting the days till we meet again. Your water lily. Bye-bye.
That was sweet. I wish she would have sang it though. That would have been great. Why don't you put some earphones on? No. All right, let's get to Babe.
Ciao, Bay. I want to wish my number one happy 4th of July, even if you know I hate holidays because I cannot hear from you. I love you and miss you deeply. I'm so looking forward to seeing you. A month or so and we will make it. I can't wait. Hugs and kisses from Italy. Okay, thank you, Prison Show, for making this happen.
Okay. That was short and sweet. Short and sweet. How about Eva Maria?
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. I would like to greet everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, especially those who didn't get a greeting tonight. And I would like to greet everyone who is, like me in Germany, suffering from the heat, all the inmates and staff and relatives and friends, and especially my pen friend. Tonight I've got a short song for you, which is from the French community of Taizé, who have a tradition of short songs for sing-along. It's very easy and you may sing along. I will sing it 3 times for you. The kingdom of God is justice and peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. Come, Lord, and open in us the gates of your kingdom. The kingdom of God is justice and peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. Come, Lord, and open in us the gates of your kingdom. The kingdom of God is justice and peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. Come, Lord, and open in us the gates of your kingdom. Good night, everybody. Have a blessed weekend.
All right. That was nice. Very nice.
That was a very pretty voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone told me my favorite word is absolutely. So, absolutely.
For sure.
For sure. And you know who you are. That's right. All right. Hey, you want to break a little while and get to Linda?
Yeah.
Linda, what about your shout-outs? I know you have a book over there.
I do. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Yep.
I'd like to say some shout-outs. Jamal J. Fisher, Chris Conwell, Xavier Davis, Jason Walker, Jose Chagola, Antonio Gilbreth, Joe Laws, Chris Cornwell in Indiana, Antonio Anguanio, David Duran, Tyrone Williams, Raymond Becerra, Jack Carter, Edward Holland, Eric Pleasant, Ray Freeney, Sean Glatz, Curtis Allen, Juan Cervantes, Cody Lloyd in Washington, Devon Wynn, Erasimo Gonzalez in California, Trinity Morton, Frederico Hoven in Indiana, Dean Deal, Joshua Lael in Maryland, Jimmy Harris, Terrell Rogers, Juan Segura in Oklahoma, Christopher Queensberry, Curtis Allen, Juan Cervantes, California, Corley Lloyd, Washington, Damon Blunston, Charles C. Bolton, Jordan Bright, Travis Fletcher, Ken Decker, Jeff McClendon, Alfred Mitchell, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Chris Foster, Victor Loya, Reginald Matthews, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Talon Carter, Dennis Price, Samuel Solomon, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Britt Ripkowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, David Wood, Walter Sorto, Joel White, Lovey Smith, Vincente Ortiz, Stacy Howard, Frederick Young, Reginald Matthews, and Chris Foster. Okay, guys, y'all have a great week and happy 4th of July.
All right, let's get to Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza and Polonsky. Hola, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits, staying safe, and that there is a smile on your handsome face. As for me, yeah, all is good. Yeah, I'm home now. I'm after being up with Buddy, and he says howdy. I gave him some carrots. I'm still not back riding because my hand is still a bit sore. But yeah, it's getting there. I might try tomorrow and just kind of see. Yeah, so that's the plan anyway. Today, yeah, it's been raining a bit and sunny for a bit. And yeah, it's just been a mixed bag of weather. It's just the typical bipolar Irish day that you don't know what you're going to get. Other than that, yeah, everything is good. Daytona says hi and she wants her belly rubs. And yeah, so know that you're thought of and you're my prayers. And yeah, and I want to say a big hi to the other guys. You all know who you are. Eric, Mark, Blaine, Will, Debo, and Rudy. And so yeah, I hope you all are doing well and staying safe too. So good night, sweet dreams. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. And Dexter Black, you asked me a couple of questions, and I'm going to get with the appropriate people and send you a copy of the Sunset Commission. I will get that out to you. And now we have Natalie. Hey, Natalie.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. David said I could come and announce the event I'm having on July 20th. My organization, 15 Down, is having a Sunday Fun Day. It's going to be at 8660 South Braeswood in Houston, Texas, and it's going to start at 2. We're going to have free food, hot dogs, cold drinks, snow cones. We're going to be giving away clothes, school supplies, hygiene. We're going to have some face painting, maybe some free haircuts for anybody that wants to come down and get anything free.
Oh, well, that's always perfect.
That's my favorite price.
I know. And what's the name of the event?
It's called Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day. And that's this Sunday?
No, it's going to be July 20th at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I'll post it on the Prison Show page.
Okay.
Thank you so much, you guys. Y'all are awesome for sharing this.
Hey,
it's my first solo event, and I'm really trying to push it because we have so much stuff that has already been donated as far as, like, hygienes and food and stuff. So we're really excited to just be able to give back to the community, especially from where we come from. And it's going to be a bunch of other people that come out. I have, I think, Bridges to Empowerment coming out. They got some youth that's going to come help pass out stuff. And then I have other people that are going to come through and just help pass out clothes and food.
That's great.
All the girls going to be there from Lioness?
Some of them will, yes. Some of them are going to try to come out. I think they're going to try to help with the face painting and the food as well.
Yeah, that's cool. We did an event a few years ago. That was back whenever Michael Allen was still around. We did it with Tifa, and we painted faces, and we did hula hoops. Ray was still around. Ray was hollering at me to shake that thing because I was doing the hula hoop. He's going, woo, shake that thing. Let me show you how to shake it. Woo, shake that thing. Kind of embarrassed me, but we were playing with the kids, so it was kind of fun, you know?
Yes. We're just trying to promote positivity and community unity. We're just trying to push out, just things that people need help with around the community. This area has a lot of homeless people and has a lot of single parents, and we just want to be able to help them out.
So for those looking, it's in front of the Family Dollar, right? You'll be in the parking lot in front of the Family Dollar?
Yes, in the parking lot. Yes, there's a Fiesta, a Family Dollar, and some other little stores right there. We're just going to use the parking lot. They're letting us use it and just post up and just give stuff away.
And if they wanted
You're
to
more than
donate, they
welcome.
could drop it off at the Family Dollar, right?
Yes, or they can reach out to me and we can figure something out as well.
And your number is on the Prison Show Facebook page where I posted the poster. It's a lot of posting words there.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Just want to make sure they get the message and they know where to go get the info in case they don't have their pencil.
Thank you so much, David. You are so awesome for all the support.
Yeah, we love you guys. We want to get the word out.
And I think I'll be seeing you with Jessica on the 11th.
Okay. I'll be looking forward to it.
Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a beautiful night. Happy 4th of July, and much love to everybody still listening in that are there. And I love y'all. I miss y'all.
Love you too.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Oh.
Too quick.
Too quick. So what's going on the 11th?
Jessica's supposed to be on. I got her scheduled to come on. And I meant to say something whenever Terry was in here too. Second Lookers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be on August the 8th.
Woohoo!
But on the 11th, yeah, Jessica. Remember they were here they went to the film, and there was like 3 of the Lioness girls that came in here at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Jessica was one of them, and anyway, they were both part of it.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to get everybody involved. I mean, Lioness is doing so much out there.
Lioness is doing an incredible job.
Yeah, everywhere I look, every time I look at Facebook, there's something Lioness is doing, and it's not all the same group. It's all of them. It's like they're all active and involved, and that's part of recovery, believe it or not. That's how we stay out of trouble and keep from using.
Okay, just as a reminder, this weekend, remember that thing I put up back in January, save the date. Pictures. So Picture Weekend is this weekend, the 5th and the 6th. Remember to get those photos. They will email them to you. And we usually put our photos up, Linda and I, on the Prison Show's Facebook page. And after we put our photos up, you can definitely come behind and put some of yours up. So we'd love to see your photos. All right. Let's get to Freddie.
I want to do a shout out to Wallace Pack, to my brother James Dudley, and really everybody behind the walls, women's prisons, men's prisons, everywhere. Hope y'all doing good, man. Happy 4th of July, guys. What can I say? Keep your head up. Keep going forward. Do the right thing. Start getting free while you're in there. That way you won't have to be free when you're out there. You can be free in there like I did it. And it paid off. It paid off big time. I've been out here over 4 years now, working steady. I'm going through a little hardship with the couple of surgeries I had to have. I'm not well yet. I was hoping to be back on the job already by this week, but just another week or so, maybe. Anyway, sometimes I need y'all's prayers too, guys. So y'all pray for me, man, like I pray for y'all, and let's unite and stay together all the time, man. Life is good, God is good, and the latter comes first. So y'all be good, man. Happy 4th of July. All right, David.
Same to you,
I'm hanging in here, man.
Man, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I probably got another surgery coming here pretty soon.
Yeah, they got a. Is it just on the same issue?
Same issue.
It's just not clearing up, huh?
It's not clearing up, and it's hurting again. I guess they're gonna have to go a lot deeper.
Well, I hope they get it all out. Maybe they'll. I don't know. I don't know what else to suggest. They're gonna have to dig it out and pack it full of gauze and hopefully get it all.
Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna have to do. My sister was telling me that's probably gonna have to do and get all that bacteria out of there, and infection. I got bit by something, or I really don't know what it was.
Well, I was reading something, and my cousin went through some stuff too. They've actually got a flesh-eating bacteria. And once it gets in there, they got to get rid of all the bacteria before it can start getting healthy again. And if they don't get it all,
Yeah.
it just keeps digging deeper, and it's scary.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going through. Because I mean, they put me on 3 different kind of antibiotics, and they put antibiotics through through IV, and it still won't clear up, man. It's got a lot of leakage, a lot of drainage, starting to get big again and hurting again. So they're probably gonna have to go in there and do what you just said, cause and stuff.
Yeah, well, not to preach at anybody or nothing, but you're on my prayer list.
All right, man. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Let's get to let's go to Marcy Marie. She's calling in. Hey, Marcy.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the shout outs on Independence Day. And I'm with the kids at fireworks, but thinking about everybody on the inside and the things that are, all the people that are locked up in detention centers and prisons. And I want to shout out my brother-in-laws, Chevy, and I want to shout out Dustin. I want to shout out all my girls on the Dr. Lane Murray unit. I love y'all. I'm thinking about y'all. And everybody just keep their head up, and you can have freedom within. It doesn't have to be out here tonight. It really has to come from within also. So I love y'all all. Thanks for letting me shout out.
Well, thank you for calling, Marcy.
Absolutely. See y'all soon.
Okay, great. Thank you. Have a great weekend. All right, let's get to Lydia on line 3. Hey, Lydia.
Hi, Dani.
How are you doing,
How
Lydia?
are you? We're doing good. We're doing good, Dani. I didn't realize it was already 10 o'clock. Yeah. There's still some people with the fireworks here, and not many, but there's some. And I had a good day. I didn't work, so I rested. And Beto called, and I didn't realize it was already close to 8, and I cut off, and I was still talking. But just telling Mijo, I didn't get to tell him bye or to tell him I love you. And I want to tell him I love you, Beto. I miss you, puppy. But we're good. Not much going on. I don't think any of my sisters got together today. We just weren't in the celebration mode, I guess. But call me tomorrow, mijo, and say hello to the guys for me. You know who you are. That's the Big Will, Eric, Blaine, Ruben, Artie, Robert, Roderick, Mark. I think that's everybody. Oh, and what is it? Henry?
Harvey.
Harry. Harvey. I keep forgetting that name.
I like Harry better.
Harvey. Yeah. Beto told me they moved him from close to him. But I send my hellos. And we had a beautiful day today. Like I said, we didn't do much. Told you we'll have a dentist appointment tomorrow at noon. And we're going in the morning to get Jorge that tetanus shot. So we'll be at the doctor's at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Love you and miss you. You all take care. And I'll see you soon, puppy. Love you. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. And drive home safely. David.
Thank you, Lydia.
I was thinking maybe I was a lady, too.
Well, you could be.
No.
Have a good night.
I don't think. Good night. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
All right, let's get to Tammy. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, how are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Okay. I just wanted to call, and I seen the show up on the Facebook, and shout out to my son. He is there at the Ramsey unit. His name is James Flowers. I don't know if he's watching or if you've already pre-recorded, or are you there now?
We're here now.
We're live.
We're live.
It's not Memorex.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
I'm showing my age.
I live in Arkansas, so I'm quite a ways away.
Well, they'll
Yeah.
get to listen to us on the tablets. Arkansas gets to listen to us on the tablets. I don't think unless they're in federal prison, they can actually hear us live tonight.
Yeah.
But they get it on the tablet, so they still get it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. He missed out his parole this time. The other day, he was denied.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry.
Yeah, I just want him to hang in there and start working on the next year when he comes up again, and maybe it'll work out for him.
So he comes up
Been a
every
long
year?
time. Well, he did. He will again in 26.
Yeah, that's a roller
The last
coaster. I
one-
went through that. That's an emotional
Yeah.
roller coaster there, buddy.
Yes, it is. It's a long, hard ride, I know.
I know nobody
But
wants
only
to
he
see
can
her
fix it.
more than a year, but I mean, sometimes I wish they would have just left me alone and let me go home eventually, you know?
Yeah. 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 Well, it's just him stopping, it's things he's doing in there that's causing his delay.
Well, then he needs to listen to Freddie and make the next right decision. And
That's
listen to Terry
right.
Peden if you heard him earlier. Y'all stop
Yeah.
being knotheads. Figure out how to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I had to do it. I mean, it's tough sometimes. It's easy to pop somebody in the nose. It's hard to swallow your pride.
Yeah. Well, he's just been through all that part of it, I think. Now it's time for him to settle down and make the right choices.
Yep, take some classes.
Yeah.
Get some
Yeah, I
degrees
think
or
he's
something
in
under your
the
belt.
carpentry class.
Oh, that's a
He's
good
in
one
the
there.
carpentry. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd yell out, and just in case he was there and could hear me.
Well, talk to him.
Okay,
I'll
I
shut
love
up.
you.
Talk to him.
Huh?
I said, I'll shut up. You talk to him. Tell him what you want to say. Act like he can. He just can't talk back to you. So you tell him everything you want to say. You got about 2 minutes if you want it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all for tonight. He called me today, so I'll wait to hear from him again on the phone.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we
All
appreciate
right, well,
you calling.
Thank you all. Bless you.
All right. Call us back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. Let's get to Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Pulaski unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling to let you know I made it to Doug's okay at 6 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. your time. I just talked to you not too long ago, but I know that your phones are shut off right now, so you'll probably be giving me a call tomorrow. Call me around 2 p.m. your time tomorrow, 12 noon my time, and I will try to pick up the phone. If I don't pick up, try to call me at 2:30 your time, and I'll try to pick it up then. Anyways, I just wanted to call in and wish everybody out there a happy 4th of July, and I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow, Rodney. I love you. Thank you, President Show. Happy 4th of July. Bye.
She's so sweet. All right, now, Mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show on the Mighty 90 KPFT. Here's my shout-outs. The guys at Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cupitt, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt, Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Oz. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Haas, Aaron Vasquez, Keith Money. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Blaine Milam. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. Special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're still doing okay. And a shout-out for Jesse Cortez. And happy 4th of July to everybody. Our founding fathers declared independence against the mother country, Great Britain, on July 4th, 1776. 249 years ago, and hope everybody enjoys the 4th of July. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And now back to the historic prison show.
We can always count on Mike for trivia. Every week, trivia. All right, let's get to Jason. Jason is on line 1. Hey,
Dani, Madam Dani. I think I heard someone call you. So there's Mama Linda and Cowboy Dave and Madam Dani. It is good to be with you all again on this fine 4th of July evening. Let's get going with my shout-outs. A special shout-out to my brothers at the Cofield units, the Toastmasters Club, the amazing Toastmasters Club, and as well as the Beto unit and their Toastmasters Club. President Antonio de la Paz, you have an amazing group, and it was my honor to serve as your contest judge a couple weeks ago. A shout out to my brothers at the Walls unit. Looking forward to catching up with you guys again here in a couple weeks. And I also have a special surprise for you as well for the mentoring team. Shout out to my brothers, the mentoring group at the Ferguson trustee camp, and to my mentee, Corey. Hey, Corey, I've been getting your messages and responding as best as I can, and we are working on what we're talking about with the graduation and getting everything ready for that, and hopefully we'll be able to participate in that and send you guys some goodies here in about a week from now. And shout out to, of course, my Kairos brothers at the Ellis unit. It was great to visit with you guys again last week. So for this special Independence Day mentor moment. So this is a day that we celebrate freedom and in this country, and I know everybody sort of thinks about freedom differently. Most people would say that freedom is by virtue, that it should be something that it just kind of depends on how you define it. Okay, so a lot of people would define their freedom as the absence of any kind of restraints, or of course, absence of chains. We are free when we are free of things that hold us back. So others define freedom by our own human will, and it can be something that we can choose what we want and whenever we want, and that's what freedom means to some people. But this is a little bit different than what is found in the Word of God in the Bible. So God's Word says that freedom is found whenever the Spirit of God is found. So freedom is found when we live according to our God-given purpose for this life. So freedom doesn't come from doing whatever, whenever we want, and living however we want. But instead, it comes from being free of things like addiction, free of anger, free of hate, free of unforgiveness and bondage, and living a wrong life. That is true freedom that I would offer you this evening, and that is a freedom that is available to everyone, no matter where you are, is that freedom. So I'll leave you with this. You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge your flesh, rather to serve one another humbly in love. And that's Galatians 5:1. And back up to Galatians, it says, starting in verse 1, it says, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. And to stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by the yoke of slavery." And that is my mentor moment. Everyone have a great and safe 4th of July, and I will talk to you guys next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, I'm going to do my shout outs really quick. Of course, Farron. One of my best friends, Farron, and Blaine. T, Big Head, Jason Thornburg, Quick at the SL unit, David Hunter, Larry at the Huntsville unit, Britt Rapowski, Rodrigo Xavier, Troy Glover, Travis Fletcher, Stephen Drayton, Kenneth Decker, Eddie at the Wainwright unit, Denise Farmer, Brian Rogers, Joel White, Jay at the Wynn unit, Leroy, Brian Rogers, Russell Rieger, and Earl Bryant, Dexter Black, and let me see, Wesley Gillard. They did not pass that bill, Wesley, but I'm going to drop you a line. And my favorite, Fernando Patino, sent me this very nice card. And thank you very much, Fernando, and a big smile to you. And of course, CJ. Hey! And I'm waving to each and every one of y'all out there. And let's get to Stefana.
Desde la más hermosa isla del Mediterráneo, la Sardegna, un feliz cumpleaños a mi amado Dennis, que se encuentra en el corredor de la muerte de Texas. Bimbo, quiero decirte que te estimo tanto por lo que eres y cómo enfrentas tu lucha. Tu simpatía es única. Espero agradezcas esta sorpresa de escuchar la voz de tu bimba italiana. Con infinito amor, Stefana. Buon compleanno.
Ciao Dennis, buon compleanno da parte di Lia. Ciao Dennis, tanti cari auguri, buon compleanno da Ida.
Sono Vitalina e ti faccio tanti auguri di buon compleanno. Ciao.
Hello Dennis, happy birthday to you and a big hug. God bless you, Erika.
Ciao Dennis, tanti auguri, buon compleanno, ti mando un abbraccio forte e buona vita. Ciao Dennis, sono Silvana, tanti auguri, buon compleanno, ti mando un abbraccio forte e buona vita.
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Well, he's one lucky person named Dennis. I guess it's his birthday.
I wish I could understand everything that was said.
I wish I could too, but you know what, Dennis, I'm sure that you understood, and happy birthday.
Yep. Ray used to invite everybody, and I want to do it too. It doesn't matter if you're speaking English or whatever your native language is, as long as whoever you're talking to understands what's being said, then have at it. You get about 2 minutes. Call us up and let them know that you love them.
And as long as you're not cursing.
Well, we have 7 deadlies, and I don't know if anybody would know what that would be in Italian or French or German or not. So. It'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
That would be.
As long as they had a nice tone to their voice, we'd never know.
Absolutely not. So if I have a nice tone to my voice, can I?
Well, if you're speaking in English, of course, you can't say those 7 deadly words.
Yeah.
But that lady called up a couple of weeks ago and let her husband have it, and she didn't do such a bad job. She didn't sound really majorly angry or cuss or anything.
That's right. I forgot that. That was a mic drop right there.
That was a mic drop. I didn't stop her. I mean, she didn't She wasn't, I mean, she didn't say anything wrong. I mean, she just let him know how she felt.
She let everyone know.
Yeah, Linda, you got to turn your mic on to talk. Whenever you're talking in the background, people can't really hear you. They want to hear your lovely voice, so turn your microphone on and talk into it. She's not going to do it. She's back there grinning.
I got a poem to read for him to her on the air next week.
Oh my! Here we go.
Oh, hey, did you? You're not going to read Dennis's poem next week? Remember Dennis Richardson? He sent you a poem.
Oh yeah, I got it here.
Yep, you read that one. Yeah, I sent it to you. And you said you had one last week. You already had one in the queue. Yeah. So don't get it out of queue.
I don't know. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I can send it back to you if you want.
Maybe she can like slide that one because I kind of want to hear it. Maybe she.
Dennis Richardson's?
No.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Dennis is kind of waiting. It's kind of short.
Oh, then maybe she can do both.
Get thee behind me. Oh, wait a minute. Never know.
Yeah, we're going to keep things in the queue, but if it's short,
yeah,
I'll talk fast during the segment.
Cool.
I want to hear another mic drop.
We got Charles Bowman on line one.
Let's get to Charles. There we go. Hey, Charles.
Mike, you know my name is Clarence. My name is not no Charles. You know that.
I didn't answer the phone, so all I can do is read what was typed. You put Charles instead of Clarence.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Clarence. We miss you. You hardly ever call us anymore. You doing all right?
No, I'm in the hospital, man. Been in almost 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
After I exploded surgery, it got infected. They got wild tubes running everywhere.
Oh, man. So how long do they think you're going to be there?
I don't know.
Well,
I might get lucky to go home tomorrow. I might have to stay here another week.
Well, we'll put you on the list. You'll be in our thoughts and prayers.
I appreciate it. I tell all the fellas on it, all of them that know me. Tell them I'm thinking about them, although I'm not there. I don't want to be there, but I'm thinking about all of them.
Well, tell them. They can hear you.
Hope all of them doing well. Y'all look out for each other with a smile. You know, on that Stars unit, Pulaski unit over there. I've been out since 2017. I'm still struggling to make it. Pray to God y'all getting along and having a peaceful time. And stay away from them Johnnies, man. I know you don't want them. That's what they got needed. That's what they got needed up here in the hospital.
Ooh.
But, yep, this time of night, they give you a little Johnny set. I'll take care and know them things about you.
All right,
I try to call more often.
Appreciate you, Clarence. You know Mike hollers at you every week.
I tell him I appreciate it.
I think Tom does too, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
I'm not starting listening to the program, man, but I've been so out of there because it ain't funny.
Yeah, well, we've got lots of different platforms now. You catch us here on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. All your favorite podcasts. We're on KPFT streaming on kpft.org. And then, of course, live here at 90.1 FM KPFT. I don't know where you're at. If you're in Galveston, you can get us at 89.5. If you're up towards Huntsville, you can get us at 91.9.
No, I'm in San Angelo, Texas. I'm in West Texas.
Oh, so you'll have to get us streaming in.
Right now.
Yeah, how you listen to us now? kpft.org?
Well, I picked you up on my phone.
Yeah.
Which is a miracle.
Well, we appreciate you tuning in. It's good to hear from you every now and then anyway.
Everybody out here trying to swim somewhere. Man, it's flooding out here.
Yeah, that's what we were hearing. There's a bunch of folks missing out there. That Guadalupe River done washed everybody away. I don't know. What did they say, 27 people?
25 are confirmed dead, but there's 27 missing.
Yep. Don't even know where they're at. And then Dee Dee was watching videos earlier. They showing houses and garages and cars and boat trailers and everything else just going on down the river.
I'm telling you.
So,
Y'all take care.
All right, Clarence. You have a good night, buddy.
Y'all, God bless.
All right. God bless you, too. So is it my turn?
Oh, we got Lupa.
Oh, let's do Lupe.
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We sure can.
Look, I kept saying hi, and y'all weren't talking to me.
Oh, sorry. It just came on.
I just couldn't hear. It was very, very far away, but then I heard that there was a conversation going on with, about all the flooding and how tragic, and we're just all praying for all the people that haven't been found yet, or the children that haven't been found yet from the camp also. But I wanted to, my name is Lupe, and I wanted to do a shout out for Isidro de la Cruz in the Polanski unit. And just wanted to let him know that I'm thinking of him, praying for him, letting him know that my family's all okay. And I'm hoping that he's doing okay. I communicated with his mother today. I wanted to let him know that. And that was it. Just to let him know that I'm thinking of him, praying for him. And just wanted to say hello.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you all so much for making it possible. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Absolutely. The same to you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, David.
All right. I want to start out with right at the top was Bill R. Sims. I hope you can see better tonight. We did make a few adjustments out there the best we can. I think last week you said that something about the beginning of the video, but I think last week at the beginning of the video we were having sound issues, and so they were out there trying to figure out the sound issues. But then the only thing is them cranes. I mean, they're not my cranes, and so tonight we kind of pushed them all to the back except for the one on the end, and she's using that little bitty mic stand. So I think tonight you should be able to see pretty good. But I mean, it's not our studio, Bill. You think that we can just move everything, but we can't. I mean, we got to make use of what's here or get a new studio, which I'm not sure KPFT is going to ever do that. We're lucky to have this one. I mean,
absolutely.
Dee Dee and I drove by the old place today. It ain't nothing but a yard. They don't even have a driveway. I mean, the whole parking lot's gone. Everything's gone. Holler out to Charles Don Flores, Clinton Young, Cornelius Robinson, Dennis Lee Richardson. You heard us talking about you a while ago. Dennis Wayne Price, Douglas Rivera, Iron Thunder Horse. Linda was talking to me earlier. Did you get those pictures, Linda?
Yes, I did.
Joe Ramirez, Kenny Morissette, Perry Williams, Pete Sines, Roderick Cooks, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed. I hear you getting some lots of conversation in. Sonny Wilson, Will Spear. That's a pretty good one there. Will Spear, I was telling Linda how the last letter I got from you was jugging at me. About you, wasn't it, Dani?
Who, Will Spear?
Will Spear? Wasn't Will Spear jugging something about me and you talking about something on the air?
I don't know. You didn't tell me that.
It's been a while back. Anyway, Akeem McIver, Alexander Orchard, Andrew Westbrook, Ashley Bradshaw, Brian Smith, Charles Miller, Crystal Minnie, Curtis Henderson, Curtis Otto, Daniel Campbell, Daniel Lipscomb, Daryl Adkins, David Easley, David Saffel, David Weller, Douglas Stickle, Erlen McKay, Gustavo Sanchez, Hakeem Tyson, Hugo Cusalpa. Did I do better this time, Dani? Isaac Navarrete, Jaime Quijano Jr., Jamal Fisher, James McElrath, Jaron Reasonover, Jesus Vasquez. By the way, James, I did get your message earlier today. I think I printed it out. It's sitting at the house. John Graves, John Thomas, Jordan Seal, Joseph Bender, Joseph Nimitz, Kerry Sellers, Colton Caruso, Kyle Triplett, Lamar Sanders, Larry Johnson, Lionel Rogers, Marcus Brown, Maria Pena, Mark Sykes, Marvin Covington, Matthew Hoover, Michael Flores, Michael Johnson, Montana Ruckman, Maury Holloway, Nicholas Smith, Kari Brumfeld, Rashad Eady, Richard Little, Richard Smeal, Rodolfo Correa, Ronald Allman, Roy Forbes, Ryan Kloss, Shabazz Muhammad, Stanley Corbett, Stephen Bartley, Stephen Drayton, Tiffany Cheeks. Stephen Drayton, I did give you a message over to Bleezy, so I think she said that she called that phone number. So be looking for a message from Bleezy. Travis Walters, Tyler Ship, Victor Gamble, Victor Loya, Walter Woodard, Zachariah Ariel. Travis, keep your head up. I did get your message earlier today. I didn't have time, or didn't make time to write you back. Sorry about that. But I did see what you said. I'm going to go back and reread it later on and see what I can do for you. So it's got a couple of minutes left. You got any burning desires or anything you want to talk about, Dani?
Oh, I have a lot of burning desires. I don't think I can, TDC is something else. Let me just say that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I can say that I'm having issues with Securus. So my bank account was hacked. So I had to open up a totally new bank account. It was that bad. And Securus is not being kind to me right now. So if I don't write you back e-messaging, please just be gentle with me. I will get to you. But I can't put any stamps on my account.
Wow. Because they won't take your new bank account?
No, they, my old bank, because it got hacked, they disputed all the charges. And one of them was a legitimate charge to Securus.
Oh.
And now Securus is like, you disputed it. No, I didn't. My bank did.
Well, that ain't no good. No bueno.
No.
So are they going to fix it?
Actually, I contacted our contact, David, and asked him to please help me with it. He said he was going to, so we'll see.
That's good.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Wonder if they wouldn't. Anyway, he'll take care of you. I'm sure he will.
I hope.
It'd be nice, huh?
Yeah, it would be nice.
All right. Well, it's getting to be about that time, so we appreciate you guys tuning in. I know it's 4th of July, and you didn't get to see the fireworks. Hopefully, you got to watch some on TV. It's not Independence Day for everybody. Believe us. I was talking with another returned citizen. Let's find the correct term here.
Yes.
Earlier tonight. And we were chatting because he got what did he get? He got not Clemens. He got a pardon, but he said that it's not 100% pardon. It's not in Texas. He's in like Georgia or something. But he said that it's still on his record, even though they pardoned him. He's no longer on parole, but it's still on his record. Whenever he tries to go get a job or goes to get an apartment or something like that, it's still held against him. So you'd think that whenever you got a pardon, you were actually pardoned, you were forgiven.
Yeah.
So, but he said that's not the way it worked out there. So I'm not sure how that works. I know that I'm off parole now. I discharged, but I got a few of my rights back, but I don't have all my rights back. I'm always going to be a convicted felon unless I can get everything expunged and closed out. And I thought that's what a pardon was, but he said that it's still on the record because he still got all the arrests and everything there. So I guess maybe he got the conviction off, but he still got all the arrests. And I know I went to a job one time, and the lady showed me all the arrests that I had. So anyway, y'all stay tuned for Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill with Damage Control, and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour.